petty all the time. I'm petty all the time.
Baby, welcome to the party.
Give me a P. Give me a E. Give me a T. T-Y. I'm petty all the time. Give me a P. Give me a E. Give me a T. T-Y. I'm petty all the time.
Hey y'all, welcome to another episode with the Petty Party Crew. It's your girl Crystal, aka Champagne Chris, aka Chrissy F. Baby. Please say the baby.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Immaculate coming out the set. What's good, everybody?
Hey y'all, it's your girl Michelle, aka Shelly Shell.
Hey everyone, it is Just Nick checking in, and welcome to a new episode with Petty Party Podcast. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Yeah.
Actually,
I did want to jump into a question. So there was a video I saw recently, and it basically had said people are becoming tackier and tackier as hell because people are coming to birthday dinners or dinner parties and they're showing up empty-handed. And she was raised that, especially if you're coming to someone's birthday, dinner party or not, like you can show up even with a card. And she was saying that people are just starting to become tacky and cheap. How do y'all feel about that?
I think it's aggressive calling someone cheap or tacky because at the end of the day, like you don't know people's pockets. You don't know what someone's going through. If someone made a conscientious effort to attend your birthday dinner and they're paying for their meal,
you can't even bring a card though?
It does. I mean, but everyone in this room, have y'all not gone anywhere? Did you bring a card? You just showed up and you're like, oh, my presence is the gift. I know a lot of people have done that. I don't want people to listen to the podcast to even cap because it's like people do it. But to call someone tacky and cheap, I think that is aggressive, especially in the times we're in. The economy is terrible. Like people haven't had jobs for 3 years. They don't have money.
Now let's seek financial advice because job. Okay, anyways, but I kind of agree. Now I wouldn't use the word tacky or I wouldn't use the word cheap either. I saw the video. I wouldn't use the word cheap, but I do feel like it's very much a nice gesture just to show up with just a card. Like I was kind of raised that way and I fell off of it for a little while and then I resumed it because I was just like, showing up empty handed for me is like, it feels weird, especially even if I'm going to a dinner and I'm paying for it. And I do 100% understand the state of the economy. Like paying for dinner, by the time you have a drink and dinner, you're already at $50. So it's like, I get it. And then they're going to add the gratuity because of the party. Like you're already at $70. So I definitely get it. But I definitely feel like a card is okay. Like, cause you're showing up for somebody's birthday at the end of the day. So even if it's just a card, like I said last episode, I love handwritten cards. I would be okay with that. Just to let you know, like, oh, hey, like, what I'm thinking, happy birthday, like I'm grateful for you. So I think it's the same thing as a text message on a card. Like when you get a text message for your birthday, it's the same thing. Like just write it on the card.
But I feel like taking it a step further, then people say you're tacky for not including something in the card. There's people that will do that. So it's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
I think that people can say that, but I think that if they're your friend and they actually know like your situation, you get what I'm saying? There's a difference because I think at one point I agree with Crystal. Like that's exactly how I was raised. My mom was like, just never show up to someone's house. Don't show up to someone's house empty-handed, even if you're just bringing a bottle of wine. So I do try to make sure like to make that a gesture of like, okay, like even if it's something I have on my bar cart already, like, okay, like here, let me bring this to somebody else's house, whatever the case may be. And then I agree, like it kind of stopped. You were like, okay, well, we weren't really giving gifts anymore. So I just kind of stopped doing it, but it did feel awkward.
Yeah.
And I think that whenever it comes to like your friends, like they should be appreciative. Like I said, it's all about the thought. So like if you're right. Your presence, that is a lot. I'm happy that you're even celebrating this year with me because we're not guaranteed this new year. But then it's like, okay, giving a card, I don't think there's anything like...
I mean, I see what the card thing, the card thing is sweet or whatever. I do think that's a nice gesture. I do think that, and even not so much that, I do think this era of like, I think that conversation is becoming tacky to me. Just, even like so much as like, even like the whole, if you go out to dinner with your friends, make sure you split it evenly or this and that. I just feel like
we've already discussed that. We don't.
No, that's what I'm saying.
We don't buy into the same
category.
But
I feel like we're getting so close to like almost very close to like classism when it comes to now we're losing that sense of maybe let me give my friend grace. Maybe she don't got it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I think that when we start equating people not spending money to tackiness, then we get into that murky area of now you're prioritizing your friends based off how much they're spending on certain times. When back in the day, it's kind of just like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like even like me growing up, like sometimes some people have elaborate birthday parties. I didn't have elaborate birthday parties. I'm not thinking that my parents aren't doing right by me by not throwing me an elaborate birthday party. I'm just understanding that, maybe my parents don't have it. So I think I kind of like have that same mindset when it comes to like other people. Like if I go out and my friend's like, oh, I'm just having a salad, I'm not going to be like, why? Like some people have the mindset like, why would you come if you're just going to have a salad? And it's like, to me, I just feel like that kind of ends up in that same conversation of just like, like you said, if you're having a dinner and this person gonna come out of $150 on that dinner, like to me, that's still someone showing up for you. Now, it'd be nice if they bring a card, yes, but at the same time, it's like to call it cheap and tacky. Even calling your friends cheap is tacky.
It's very rude.
Now, I'll take it a step further because I do feel like paying for dinner sort of supplements that, like your support. Like you came in, you pay for dinner, but I'll take it a step further because for me, for example, I had a birthday party and I provided dinner. And so nobody had to come. I provided drinks as well. There was free drinks and nobody had to come out of pocket for anything.
I do think that's why I get like more anxiety with my birthdays year after year. I'll be honest with you. I just feel like sometimes the expectations of hosting something for your birthday is so high that it's like, I don't even want to go to like those lengths, to be honest with you. Like, and then it's like if you're having a dinner party, people are expecting you to pay. If you're doing this, people are expecting like to just show up and just be there. And so after a while, you're just like, I'm better off just taking my funds that I would spend on everybody and go on a trip.
Right.
Buy something for yourself.
Yeah. I guess with me, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really have an expectation. I just expect you to just be you and be a good person. And whatever that might be, like I just celebrated birthday and like I was not, they better no, like your presence is appreciative. Even at my dinner, I was like, you know what? This is enough for me here. Like y'all being here is enough. Like, because I appreciate y'all even taking time out of your day to come and celebrate me. So to now be like, oh, you didn't bring a card or you didn't, it's like, so what exactly do you want? Do you want the gift or are you more concerned about my present? Which one is it, And I think everyone kind of should take a step outside themselves and look at the situation and just not be so rude and judgmental and like using the term tacky. That's terrible. So, and I can't believe that it's even going around and being conversation because look at the times we're in, like, really? Like some people got laid off yesterday.
Yeah.
You think I'm worried about getting you a gift? You know what I'm saying? Like these are real questions. I'm not trying to sound morbid or anything, but this is just life right now in reality. Like, why is that a conversation right now? Like, throw that in the 50-50 jargon. Throw that in the like, can we stop doing that? Like, we're adults now. We got to be so for real. Like sometimes I feel like when I see grown adults having childish conversations, it's weird because it's like Arrested Development. Yeah, it is. Drops mic, cause.
All right, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to this motto. Okay, so I went on a first date yesterday with my friend's new roommate. He is a Southern European, a year younger than me, and asked my friend for my number after having met me once at a house party. Since the text he sent was expressing genuine interest, I saw you and thought you were really pretty and interesting, and I wish I would have talked to you more. Would you go out with me? I agreed to it. Fast forward to yesterday. He already gave me the ick within the first 5 minutes. Without it fitting the context of the conversation we were having, he dropped that he loves going to go bathing in public naked and tried to act as if I was weird for not wanting to participate in something like that ever. Talking about, if you don't feel comfortable in your skin, bro, it has nothing to do with that.
Sorry.
It has nothing to do with self-respect and nothing with self-esteem. I contemplated leaving then and there, but calmed myself down enough to stay and see what else his bird brain comes up with. The rest of the conversation was also a lot of mansplaining about things I know too much about to be taught. Him talking about himself and not so much about asking one follow-up question whenever I got something to share. We ended up ending that night, and he texted me the same evening saying that he wants to get to know me better and have a second date, to which I did not immediately reply. That night, I woke up at like 4 a.m., literally feeling physically ill from having been around this guy for those 5 hours. One of my friends once told me that going on a date with random guys made her feel physically ill, as in getting a fever, throwing up, headaches. The only time it did not happen was when she went on a date with her current boyfriend. Now I know how she felt, and I'm happy that my body gave me such a clear reaction to that guy. Because I want to cut all ties with him, I texted him back saying that I was not interested in a second date and that he should give me his PayPal so I could pay him back for my portion of the dinner.
Girl, okay.
Oh my.
He mentioned having financial trouble, so I felt compelled to do this. Me from 2 years ago would have given this guy a second chance. I am so proud of myself for sticking to my boundaries and not selling my time and energy for some male attention.
Well, don't sell your money back either, girl, because what?
What do you need advice on?
You need advice on?
Nothing really.
Wait.
Don't piss me off.
No, Nikki.
Nikki, don't.
Well, I guess we could dissect the story. I'm sorry. I don't think that she should have given him back a cent, a penny, or a dime.
I do want to say, like, so have y'all ever had that type of reaction to a man? You got physically ill?
No.
Like after being around him?
I mean, if he got, like, he had COVID or something or a flu.
Not COVID.
But, like, my body getting ill behind man. No,
Okay,
what
not
is
even
this?
physically ill. Like, has there ever been a time
Demonic
where, like,
being?
you literally, like,
No.
there's
Maybe, like,
not even, like, your spidey senses, like, shot up and you're like, okay, no, something's actually wrong with this guy?
Yes.
don't
It's
get me
called
wrong.
your
Okay,
intuition.
you know what? I don't want.
And your body will send you signs that
Yes.
man is not
Never
the
mind.
one. Absolutely. So if in that sense, yes.
Yeah, I haven't gotten physically ill. No.
No, that I think
But
about
yeah.
there was one time I went to go visit somebody, and then halfway through, it's like I felt like I couldn't breathe.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was
it's
just like, I have to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like,
or it's
there-
like you have it's like it's not actually butterflies, it's anxiety. Like I need to
No,
get the fuck out of here.
It's, I remember sitting there and just being like, no, I actually have to. I literally cannot be here. I don't know what it is, but it's
But
like,
I can't
my
be
soul's
here.
already left the room. I need to follow it.
Yeah.
I remember, it's actually really crazy. I think this is actually what made me stop smoking weed, was that I had met this guy and like we had been hanging out for a while, okay? And usually I don't smoke around men, like whenever at this point in my life, because I was just like, you just never know what's going to happen. But I was at my house and he came over, and it's actually crazy enough. People were like, other people were over. I think we were having like a party or something like that. And we had ended up smoking that night. And when I tell y'all, I have never been that paranoid or like that scared to be around someone. And I know it wasn't the weed. It was.
Girl, it was the weed.
It was the weed.
It was the weed. What are you talking about?
How are you so
I
sure?
think that the weed allowed me to tap into a different sense, and I knew what that man was trying to do. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
you know what?
it
Yeah.
felt like
Your
could read
third
his
eye was
mind.
open.
I feel like I could read his mind. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I thought I could read his mind because
You could feel his bad
I
intentions.
could predict his movements before he was even trying them, to the point where like I knew he was like gonna like try to touch me. I moved across the room. And like next thing I know, like before I was like, as I was getting up, he was like, his hand was reaching out for me. So after that, like, I was like, yeah, I can't smoke no more. It might have been the weed, but
Yeah.
I don't want to ever feel like that again.
It definitely was the weed. It might have been the weed. It's
Might-
the weed.
tweaking.
It was the
Might
weed.
have been,
But yeah,
but at the
no.
same time, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's just
No, that's funny.
sometimes it just heightens your intuition.
Yeah.
To be fair, like
In regards to this girl, I think that like, cool, like you're like listening to your intuition, but to text him and say, asking for his PayPal to give him the money back, I think that was just a little
And
demeaning.
my thing is, he don't have Zelle or Apple Pay or Cash
yeah,
App.
PayPal's kind of crazy.
It doesn't
PayPal is
matter.
Such
He-
an interesting forum method.
No, I hear
well,
stuff like
he's
that, it's
Southern
like,
European,
he
so
has a
like
big-
you know, there's that. But like I it doesn't matter
Yeah,
if he has
doesn't.
cash. She has cash. He doesn't need it back.
To be
He
honest with
doesn't.
you, I think that she was a little judgy, because we have to think about like the European culture, like they're kind of open, like with like their
When did
bodies.
she say he was from Europe?
In the
This was
beginning,
the
she
first
said
thing.
something.
Oh, wow.
He said he was Southern European.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think they're like, when you even like go to Europe, there's like a lot of nude beaches. There's a lot of different things like that. So maybe she could have been a little bit more open
Yeah,
to that,
open to, like,
instead of like
other-
judging
yeah.
him and like in regards to whatever.
But
that
did
might
she
be.
judge him, or did she just say she would never do it? Like he asked her
Yeah.
if she wanted to, she said no.
But then she was getting irritated too. It's like, girl.
Because you're gonna act like me saying
was
no is
like-
not justified. So you're gonna trip out on my no. Yeah, you're being weird.
Yeah.
And now I'm being weird because you're being weird.
You're being weird.
So we
both
all in
weird. Now
this
we're
bitch
both
weird. Yeah, like what?
But I also don't think you owe a guy money back for a date just because
It didn't,
didn't
go,
go
right.
well.
Anything.
Yeah.
Don't
Like-
owe it back.
But no one's ever asked y'all for money back.
Excuse
Girl, hell
me?
no.
Excuse me.
Yeah, what? I don't even know what that would look like.
I haven't. No one's ever asked me, but I've definitely seen like that narrative online.
I have too, and I was very upset.
Yeah, just-
I was like, why would? Okay, you know what? You're a prerogative. Look, y'all know I don't do
But
that.
I'll be honest with you, if a man asks, I'm gonna send it.
No, I'm not.
Because what you're not gonna do is embarrass me.
You
and
know,
be
you're
like,
already
Oh,
embarrassed.
this cheap girl
Nope.
couldn't even send me the
Nope.
money back.
No, that's embarrassing.
Nobody can ever embarrass me.
Thank you.
A man cannot embarrass
Somebody
me.
has actually. What am I talking about? Somebody has.
Somebody has what?
Asked me. No, it actually was so crazy. Like I literally would have to be like, I'm actually gonna call the police. You're a psycho. No, it was so bad. Like, but it wasn't like money. It was like a phone charger. It was like such a weird thing.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, they was
And
like
even see.
Yes, they was like return my phone charger. And y'all, I was so over it.
Did
I
you
really
steal the phone charger though?
No, he let me borrow the phone charger. And then he left, and I just happened to have it, and I was just like, "Oh." And my thing, it wasn't even
real
Apple
iPhone,
charger.
yeah.
It was
It was
one of the knockoff
off-brand?
ones. My
You
thing
are
is,
crazy.
you left your charger, and I kept it, and it was cool, and I just had it in my car. I wasn't even thinking nothing of it. I didn't know we was going to end up falling off or whatever. It just ended up being that way, and we didn't even fall off. I just stopped reaching out, and then he took it personal. And you know how some people that's like, they kind of want to text you, but they feel like you should have texted them. So they're just like, you need to give me my charger back. And I'm like, actually, I don't need to give you your charger back. Like, I'm like not even the same city as you. How would I possibly give you a charger back?
Yeah.
He kept being like, well, do this. And finally, I remember I got on Walmart. I placed an order and I said, it is available. Charger is available for pickup in your city. Go pick it up. And he was like, no, you need to send me back mine. No, you need to get the fuck up off my phone.
See, this is why.
Yeah.
But do you see what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even do it like.
So I was like, and then I canceled my order.
Absolutely.
No.
I'm just not doing. I'm not. No, listen, you're gonna look silly telling me ask for something back and I don't respond. It looks
Yeah,
crazy.
I'm
You
like,
look crazy. Sorry.
You just wanted to open up a line of communication.
Yeah,
That's all
and
that
like
was.
you really wanted to be embarrassed because that's all that's gonna come after that.
That shit crazy. Over a charger.
over a charger. That's all I was like.
The one that's not even an Apple brand.
Like,
Things that people just like fight for. It's like
just
you
say
willing to
missed
die
the
behind
kid.
this.
That's all you had to say.
You said what?
I said, just say you missed the kid. That's all you had to say. You had to be on my phone talking about a charger.
Right. Okay, so have y'all been keeping up with everything that's been going on in the world? There's a lot to keep up with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
So I don't know how.
Where are we going?
Yeah.
But
We're at war.
Literally.
let's talk about that. So yes, we are at war.
If we can even
Is it
call
actually
it war.
Yes, they've
I
been
don't
saying it
know.
the Iran and U.S. war.
Yeah, but
I mean,
Is it? That's exactly what it is.
Publicly,
Actually.
you know, so we're in
technically
war.
the president
Declared
can't
war.
declare war.
Yeah.
Congress, he has to get
Congressional approval.
and he hasn't. And now they're trying to say that
Which I
maybe they'll like retroactively approve it. I don't know. Like,
Because I
Trump
don't
can
think
do
he even
whatever
got approved
fucking
to
wants.
He
the
didn't.
missile. So
Yeah, I was gonna
He
ask y'all a
did.
question. I'm like, who approves that?
Congress.
So
He's supposed to run it by Congress before he does. So basically, they found out when we found out.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
oh
they
shit.
did.
You
so
said-
that means that we can go to war too, like this too. We're at war then.
yeah, technically,
Yes,
yeah.
they're bombing each other back.
saying
Some
that,
soldiers
like-
have died.
No, what I'm saying that because y'all said like, oh, he has to go through Congress, but technically, I mean, he didn't. So,
But
look, you know what I mean?
But that's why that's not really technically a war. So that's the thing is like to declare war, it has to go through like checks and balances. It has to be
Yeah.
multiple people who
For
are
it to be
signing
declared.
off.
I know.
on it.
Yes.
But so when did this happen? What was this, Thursday? Or was it over the weekend that everything started?
I believe it was like I remember waking up Fridays and being like,
Yeah, I think it was like Thursday night. It actually happened. Yeah, it was. It was Thursday night that I saw the news. And it was like early in the morning. So Iran or Israel and the United States decided to bomb Iran.
Well, I don't think it was. I think Israel's bombed Iran, and the United States decided that, or they're saying that they felt like because Israel bombed Iran, they felt like Iran would retaliate
which
and
they
bomb
did.
the United States. So they proactively
Bombed.
defended themselves
Yeah.
and went ahead and bombed Iran back to back. That's why I'm
Yeah.
just like, doesn't really make any sense.
And Iran did. I'm not gonna lie. Iran stood 10 toes down on it, and they definitely went through and they bombed multiple U.S. embassies,
It's not funny,
Bahrain,
but
UAE,
Military bases.
Yeah, like different bases. So,
even an empty naval base, they were just standing on business.
Yeah.
So we don't give a fuck people here or not.
but it's actually crazy because in two of the attacks, they killed Iran's leader, and then they killed the person that they
supposed to,
they put into the new chair for the leader being killed. So I don't know where they're at in regards to who's the leader, but yeah. So
Well, sorry, because apparently, and what I read prior to coming it was their spiritual leader. So they actually still have a presidential leader.
Really?
But the spiritual leader is the one who, like, the presidential leader has to run things by prior to saying things. So there is still a leader, but he was still very important in their culture, just to put that out there.
Okay, that's good to know. I didn't read it like that, so that's good to know. But yeah, so we have a lot going on in the world. There are a lot of bombings going on back to back. And I recently saw a story that my friend had sent me, and it was about a girl. She went to Dubai for her 30th birthday at the end of February. And she has been stuck. Her and her friend have both actually been stuck in Dubai since like February 25th or something like that. And she like is making all these pleas online, and people are like, just call the embassy, because she actually made a plea to Donald Trump, and people are like, you're better off asking the tooth fairy, you know, for them to get you out. So the people are like, oh, call the embassy. So she made another video with her calling the embassy, and the embassy's just like, there's no plans right now to evacuate any U.S. citizens. You know, when we have more, sign up for this list. When we have more information, we will update you in regards to that. So, like, what would y'all do?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it's just as risky to leave. You know what I mean? Because like, aircrafts are getting shot down left and right in Dubai. So it's like, I don't even just to sit still and just kind of ride it out. And like, unfortunately, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not saying that she hasn't done this, but I'm be on the embassy's line every day. Like, I don't care. Like, hey, what do you guys? Because I heard that they were chartering flights or chartering rides to like 4 hours away so they can get on go to another airport, because that airport was running. But I don't know. It's literally a play by play. Like, at first I thought she wasn't calling the embassy, because I'm not gonna lie. Every time she posted a video, I was like, has she contacted the embassy? Like, you've done everything but that. And when she finally did, which I did not see that video, I'm just like, well.
Yeah, no, she did post a video, and it was actually, I was like, so the embassy is literally no help. And that's the thing, is like, during like all these like video or these movies you see, they're always like, go to the embassy, go to the U.S. embassy, just for.
Well, because they can help you, but this situation is a little different.
The U.S. embassy was bombed.
Yeah, this situation is a little different, and they do have to wait it out. But I will say, once you go out the country, please have the number to the U.S. embassy. Locate where the U.S. embassy is in that country, because it is good to know for emergency purposes. So yeah,
I think not even just that. I think that's the reason why like our parents are always like, you need to be traveling if you have money, because in times like this, situations like this, one, being able to book multiple flights, being able to house yourself in a foreign country, you know, like. But I agree with Michelle. I would get in a car and I would drive. I would drive across borders.
Bro, I'm sorry. Like,
I would drive as far as I can get to the sea.
But you and then after that, to the sea,
I would charter a helicopter.
No, I think you're safer in a hotel.
A hotel?
The hotels that they're
bombing. You arrive hotels that they're bombing. So driving,
on the ground.
Let's see, literally. U.S. citizens, you're a liability. If you,
I mean, true, but I feel like they're just going for the tallest towers. That's how I feel.
Here's my thing. Okay, and I don't know if she's staying at one of like the popular taller hotels. So I can't speak to that. But I'm not gonna lie.
Bomb the Palm Jumeirah.
Okay, hold on, please.
It was on fire.
No, but okay. Listen, y'all, my fear is coming from, and we can talk about this too, but my fear is very much coming from the cartel. Like, I'm sorry, any person that is in Mexico right now, I feel so sorry for you, because and not even like people in a condescending way, like, to certain parts of Mexico, people are still traveling, because there's like, Mexico's big, but like, bro, the cartel took over. What was it? Was it Puerto Vallarta?
Puerto Vallarta and Jalisco, yeah.
Any U.S. citizen is a liability. They were holding them hostage. Like, I'm sorry, if I get caught in another country, something's going on, I have to stay and hide. I'm not going out in a car nowhere. So they could hold me for ransom because I'm a U.S. citizen? No, I'm sorry. Like,
this is why it's important to have some type of military someone needs instincts. I mean, like.
War is naturally born in me.
No.
I need more. Is it? Nigga, you just gonna start swinging?
Yes.
You just gonna start swinging.
Your weapon just start going at it, bro.
Holly, we are not in Grand Theft Auto. So I get a weapon, just start going.
I know I have a fighter in me. So like,
you said Tomb Raider is crazy.
I have a fighter in me.
We're talking about people coming up with arson, like ARs. Like, come on now.
Get the bombs, get all that, just
But
Let's start
also,
going.
this oversight beat that Donald Trump is doing, why is it that we are in everybody's business? Like, what?
Thank you.
Mexico, Venezuela, Iran, Israel. Like, I'm just like, is it possible that the America First president could put America first?
Yeah.
Please. I'm just like, this has all been within the last couple months.
It's a way to
distract us
from the truth.
From everything taking place here in U.S.
But it is so crazy because, like, even when he made his statement, I forgot about the state of the art.
I didn't even waste my ears on
like,
that.
I'm not. Yeah, we're not gonna get into that because
Nope.
that's long. But no, the statement he released, he was just like, yeah, people are dying, and unfortunately, many more people are gonna die. And you know, to be fair, like,
That's very morbid.
it's
thing
very
to say.
morbid, but it's also the reality of the situation. Like, when we do have wars, unfortunately, soldiers pass away. That's what they're trained to. They're trained to go to war for their country.
But that's not how you talk.
It's not, but it's very matter of fact. It's just the way he said it was so like there was like a heart not attached to that person. Like, it was very much like, damn, you really don't give a fuck.
With you, he does. I agree. I think that the way he said the speech, he looked at the people like they were like a machine. But I'll be honest with you, anyone that's going and doing all these trainings to be Black Ops and Alpha 1 and Beta.
Yeah, I get that, but
I think that you know, like, what you're going to do.
my thing is-
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if that like dehumanizes them a little bit because it's like, oh, y'all are gonna
does.
die.
It does,
There's a
but
better
that's
way to
fucked
there's a better way to
up. Like,
say
yeah,
it. There's
like,
a better way to honor their lives that were
Thank
lost.
you.
Unless the youngest of them was like 20 years old. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not even old enough to drink, but he's old enough to die for his country. He didn't even die for his country. He died for Israel.
Yeah.
Like, it's odd.
Yeah, it is. I think it's just not what I saw on the 2026 bingo card.
You know, it is.
Y'all saw this? Oh,
We're actually right on schedule.
I saw chaos. Like, that's just
like,
I saw chaos, but I didn't see a war. Because I'm just saying.
Okay.
I didn't see it.
yeah, World War III, I feel like has been on the horizon. Well, we've been predicting World War III for a minute now.
Yeah.
But speaking of World War IIIs, our center,
Girl, don't
Michael
you
B.
dare.
Jordan.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
no, you know, people have really been doing a deep dive into, you know, Michael B. Jordan and him getting snubs on some of these awards. But he recently, he won an NAACP award and he also won an Actors Award. And they said that he accepted his NAACP award as Stack and he accepted his actor award as Smoke. And it just goes to like the depth of his character.
cool.
Yes. And so like, I feel like people are finally seeing like the layers of like, I guess, effort and like
why it should have always been him.
Yeah.
Why it's always been him. Why it's always been Sinners.
He's definitely on his way to that Oscar.
what's so crazy?
Because what?
I don't know. Because
Please.
y'all two, if I could have sworn.
Don't quote me on things I didn't say.
I know you
Wait,
know it ain't
wait, I
Crystal
like
because I've
Sinners.
always been a Michael B.
love
I know
Jordan
y'all
fan.
like Sinners, but I don't
Wait.
know. If I remember right.
Remember
and
correctly.
Don't get me wrong. My memory's a little shoddy.
Okay.
I think that y'all said that Michael B. Jordan didn't have much of a career.
I never said that.
Wait, you're thinking
You're probably talking about
No, you're
Megan
talking
Good's
about
husband.
yes.
I've
That's who
never
we're talking
said Michael
about.
B. Jordan didn't have a career. I would never say that.
Yes.
And
Are we
please
talking
listen-
about what's his
What?
name? We're talking about what is his
Jonathan
name?
Majors,
Yes, please.
Mr. Who don't have a career. He don't have a career. That's not a
Whoa.
lie. Like, he don't have a career. It's not a lie.
No, he actually is like
Yeah, it's unfortunate. He does not have a career.
Wait.
he's doing the equivalent of
Yeah.
Tubi movies now.
Yeah.
The mighty have fallen. But
So I don't, yeah.
no.
What?
I don't think Michael B. Jordan. How is Michael B. Jordan the man who just did Black Panther?
How are we getting them two confused?
Okay.
Two
I don't know.
different-
As long as you know Crystal was
Minor,
never in the mix,
major
'cause
league.
Michael
I
B.
don't remember.
Jordan-
I don't remember this one, but I don't know. It's okay.
Yeah, I never said that, and I know I never said
It was
that.
Jonathan Majors. It was who was the bigger actor? It was Jonathan Majors or who? Was it?
Megan Good. And I
someone
said,
even said,
Megan
someone
Good.
said
I said
that
Megan Good.
Megan
Yeah,
Good
it
didn't
was-
even have a career. So
y'all said
I
Megan Good.
don't think it.
Y'all said Megan Good.
I think it's
No,
the
we
girl
did
in the
say
green.
Megan Good.
That's a lie.
Who had a
Jonathan
bigger,
Majors had a bigger career than
Megan Good?
Megan Good?
Absolutely. I would
I said
never
that.
say that. Nikki said that.
Because I'm like,
so are you confusing everything with yourself? Because I'm
I know.
confused.
No, it's okay.
Yeah,
I was like, y'all
Let's
can't
walk
be talking
that
about
back.
Eve's Bayou making
Thank
good.
you.
Can't be. Sorry.
Well,
Because like really, all he really has is what that one
Wars?
show. That one. What's that one show?
No, he didn't even do Star Wars.
What's that one show?
Where is he
Lovecraft
from?
Country.
yeah, Lovecraft.
That's the
That's
only
the one
thing
we're
he's
gonna
done?
reference.
No, he's done multiple.
I mean, he's done other stuff, but like that was his mate. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He's done a lot, y'all.
Just like what? Name another project.
He was in Creed 3.
Name another project.
With Michael Jordan?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's why. Okay, I see the confusion now. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was in Creed 3.
Okay. I don't know a lot about his
She's
career.
letting you
So
make it. I don't see that confusion, but okay.
Anyway, okay,
Yeah,
so let's go with
anybody.
Okay, back to Michael B. Jordan. So there was it the BAFTA?
It was the BAFTA Awards.
BAFTA
and
Awards.
They were reading, him and Leroy Lindo were reading off an award off the screen or whatever. And there was a guest already inside the building that has Tourette's and already made it known that like they kind of spew out like hateful things or things that they have no control
That's their
on.
tick.
Whatever.
Okay.
That's their Tourette tick. And so as they were reading their award, he kept saying the N-word. And mind you, they have a whole like team of people that are controlling production, and it could have been censored, but they chose not to.
Can we have like a 1 hour delay?
And they chose to still drop the N-word. And so it like raised an uproar because honestly, I'm not gonna lie, like to me, like that's racist as hell. Sorry, everyone in production should have been fired because to me, like that's crazy in 2026.
And you know what's so crazy? I think that people are even more like heightened whenever it comes to like censoring things on award show after Janet Jackson. So it's like, why have y'all not learned your lesson?
Thank you.
Oh, but they did censor because somebody during their speech said free Palestine and they censored it out.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And chose to keep. And then to me, it's like you weren't even like you honestly, you didn't protect Michael or Leroy or the guests.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, like they made it known that this happened. So y'all should have already been on high alert. You know what I mean?
And
why was he in the front?
Yeah,
you could hear it?
I think it was by the microphone.
He was by a microphone. It was picking it up.
And the BAFTAs, did they aired on BBC, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I think BBC actually came out and said that they did advise, or flag it to be censored, and BAFTAs made the decision to not censor it out. And apparently the guy who was like on BAFTAs is like Prince William's second cousin, half removed, some relation to the royal family. So no surprise there, actually.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like they need to be boycotted. No one needs to go to their awards anymore.
I mean, that's why I was like, I don't even know what the hell the BAFTA is until this year.
Yeah,
so I'm like,
and like this is how y'all want us to remember y'all by because it's over for y'all.
Yeah, I'm like, so clearly that's what I'm saying. Like they really use Black rage for clout. They use us for marketing. They use us for exposure because nobody would be talking about that goddamn award if that didn't happen.
Thank you. And I liked how at the NAACP everything was handled with class as it should have. And everyone was celebrated appropriately and respectfully. And it's fuck BAFTA Awards. Sorry. Should have protected. Y'all should have did a better job.
It's
Sorry.
crazy to me that like Black men of their stature even have to still be like presented with stuff like that.
It's not even Black men. I just think it's Black people as a whole. It's like to actually, people fight to get in these spaces, and people work. This is their life's, their life's work to get into spaces like this. And so like to finally be at a point where African Americans are getting accepted, they are getting awards, they are getting recognized, and they are able to, do speeches or be on stage and still not respect that space that they're in. It's very disheartening because it's like, okay, this space is, you guys opened the door for me, but then it's like, you slammed it shut behind me. Like it just still feels very condescending. And it doesn't feel like if I'm not going to be comfortable in these spaces, I'd rather not be here. I'd rather not be here at all. I don't know if you guys saw, I'm going to kind of pivot a little bit. There was a video, there was a pledge last week in LA. It was like the 15% gala. And there was a video that went viral and the girl was saying that I think she was invited by a brand. There was a lot of brands sponsoring people to go. And she got invited by a brand. Somehow she went with her friend. Somehow, some way, they treated her and her friend differently. Now, it was the same brand that invited them, but when she got there, they were like, okay, no, you go in this line. Everybody else can go in that line. And already, like, when you separate from your friend, she didn't see anybody else in the other line. So when you separate from your friends, it already feels like, okay, fine. Everybody flew out to come here. So we're, imagine us going together and they're like, okay, you, Paulette, go that way. The rest of y'all go that way. And she's like, okay, cool. So she goes and she already feels uncomfortable because she's like, it's a long walk. I think it was raining or it was cold. And she just was like, she had on her heels and she already felt bad. And so like, I think she ended up not going because she was just like, they treated her different. She didn't get to take the pictures like the other girls did. She didn't get to, so she felt different. She was just like, for me to get to a point where I'm being invited to these spaces and still made to be felt like I'm less than, I'd rather not go. And she tried to stay. She was like, I tried, but she was like, deep down in my heart, like, why would I accept this? Like, and it ended up being a mistake of some sort because I think she reached out to the brand and like she was supposed to have the same ticket. But it was just like,
But how does how do those mistakes even happen?
I don't know, but I don't know why her friends left her.
No, so her friends are white. Like, what was
no, it wasn't her friends that were white. So when she got to the door, they told her, you have a different ticket from them. So apparently she actually did have a different ticket. And so they separated them. So he was just like, you guys go here, you go here. So I guess as a friend, yeah, like, you know, I would want to vouch for you and tell you like, hey, like we're all sticking together. But if we have different tickets, like the brand, I don't know if the brand is issuing. Like I don't
We're
know
all
if
getting
they're
on the same ticket.
Yeah, and so it was just one of those situations. And I don't even think that they had the brand had to say it was the coordinator who was like separating people. I think he was at fault. And like even if it was a different ticket, you made her feel less than the group. And that was her thing. Like, you made me feel less than, like, I don't belong here. It was very condescending. You go here. The rest are going here. Like, oh, no, you're not with us. Go. You know what I mean? So it's just like, again, to get in spaces like this and still be made to feel uncomfortable, it's like, it's actually not okay. Like, and I really want, like, more people to start advocating for ourselves, because a lot of times we will get invited to these spaces. And it's like, okay, but, you know, we're going to sit you guys at the end of the table. We're going to sit you guys in the back of the room. Why? Like, you know what I mean? It's just, it's very uncomfortable feeling. And I just feel like it's just...
I kind of want to speak on like being treated different a little bit. So have y'all been keeping up with what's happening with the brand HANIFA?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So recently, they have HANIFA is it's not Nigerian. It's not Nigerian based.
She's Congolese.
She's Congolese. So there you go. Thank you.
It's an African brand.
Yeah, African brand. So she's an African brand, and she is one of the more popular African brands. Like she is like a little bit more like mass production African brand designers. So recently, every year she has a Black Friday sale. And it's probably her best sale that she has, because her clothes are a little bit on the pricier side. So during Black Friday, she has great deals. So a lot of people order. So she had tons of orders this time around, thousands, according to her. And the issue was that after the Black Friday sale, their money was taken, but people did not have communication in regards to their orders. So people were not receiving orders for weeks, like months, actually. I know some people upwards of 2-3 months. People were just getting orders in last week from Black Friday. There was really no communication from what I heard. Like people weren't being updated on like, hey, X, Y, and Z is happening. This is the reason why we have not gotten back to your order. So there was a lot of like think pieces online of like, okay, what's going on? Like they took my money, but I don't have my stuff. So fast forward to, this happened like maybe a couple days ago. HANIFA posted on, or her name is Hanifa, right? HANIFA posted on HANIFA, her brand, that they have decided to shut down production of the brand indefinitely until they basically feel ready to go back. She stated some of her reasons was that she recently just had a baby. You know, she didn't really realize like the toll that postpartum was going to take on her, to the scale at which her business grew on such a quick time frame. She wasn't really prepared for it, and that she almost kind of like lost her vision a little bit whenever it came to like what she actually saw for her brand. And I feel like I've been seeing like two different sides to things. So some people are like praising her, like, oh, it's okay, like, you know, take the time that you need, come back bigger, stronger. And some people are saying like, she's not really taking accountability.
Yeah, I was going to say, honestly, you do need to, that's good that she is realizing like the effects of postpartum, all that stuff, right? That's amazing. But in the same breath, you are not taking accountability. You did not plan properly. You did not plan yourself right. You did not have enough workers helping you out to make sure that they can sustain this type of load. Like this, like, what is it? This influx of orders. You didn't have enough staff for that. You didn't have enough resources for that. And you underestimated yourself, and you should never have. That's to me the worst thing you do in business. And so to me, all you really need to do is take accountability. Be like, hey, y'all, you know what? I apologize. Like there is delay, this, that, and the third. Like, and I feel like that would have been okay, but to now like blame it on other things, it's just like.
And I think another thing that she did blame it on was production. She was saying that like I guess like the things that were produced were not of quality, and so I think that also like put a delay in their orders.
Right.
So, oh, sorry. Did you want to go?
No. Well, I may take it in different directions, so you can go.
Okay, because I was gonna say, so I did order for her Black Friday sale. I actually did order, and I ordered a lot. I'm not gonna lie. for each item that you ordered, it gave you a pre-order date and said that. So most of the items that I ordered said it was going to ship at the end of January. I think end of December, end of January. I don't really remember. I'm not going to lie. I knew I wasn't going to be around for that time. So I was expecting like, if it comes 2 months later, whatever. So that was one thing. And I think before my first order had even shipped out, or before my even pre-order date had even came about, she did send an email and was like, hey, there's a delay, blah, 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 blah. Here's, I think, $40 back. She gave me like a $30, $40 gift card the first time. Second time, she sent another one. Hey, another delay. Here's another gift card. Now, everybody received different things. Like, I know some people said they didn't get anything. Some people said they only got one. I got two. Okay. Moving forward, before I even came back, top of the year, again, before my first pre-order date, it was even supposed to ship, people are already sending complaints. So this top of the year, January, people are already like doing their videos. I haven't got my item, blah, 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 blah. Now, for me, like I said, I ordered a lot of items. That pre-order, it said it was going to ship late January. So I'm like, okay, there's a lot of people making complaints, but you know, it is what it is. Moving forward, fast forward, like by the time at the end of January, she had so many hate videos. And I'm not going to lie, I feel like it was a dog pile. Like there was and I even feel like the algorithm shifted towards only the videos that were speaking negatively of her. Now, obviously it's a production oversight, or, you know, it's very obvious that something went wrong that wasn't supposed to go wrong.
Right.
But for me, on my side of things, I feel like there was communication along the way. She said there's going to be a delay. Here's the mishap. Now, I think a lot of people were like, okay, well, a $30 or $40 gift card, not one of the things on her website is $30 or $40. So what is that going to do? And I do understand that perspective. But at the same time, I'm just like, what actually are people expecting from her? Like, what more could she have done if she already, let's just say from the perspective that everybody received what I received, which is 2 emails, 2 gift cards, right? And even let's not even factor in the gift card amount, but let's just say that she reached out twice and said, hey guys, things are going to be delayed. I wasn't expecting it. I apologize. Here's what I can do. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like people were expecting a lot out of her. And if you've already reached out to your customers and said an accepted fault, my thing is, why do I need to make a public statement now saying, oh, hey guys, I fucked up, when it's clear that I did? So I'm just like, you guys wanted a public statement from her? Like, what could she have said? And she made a video at the top of the year addressing those videos. So this is her second response to this. And so I'm just like, and in that video, she said the same thing, like, hey, I wasn't expecting this. I apologize. I'm sorry. Like, I'm trying to do what I can. And here's my thing. When I even got my items in, a lot of it didn't fit. And so I emailed them and I was like, hey, can I have a refund? And most of her items, you cannot refund. She said, hey, no fight. She sent me the shipping label the next day and was like, here. And we fully gave you, before I even sent it back, I got a refund. So I'm just like, I just feel like, I don't know, like the dogpiling was a lot. I'm not going to lie. Like, it's just expecting so much from, and I get it. I feel like HANIFA is one of those people who have, like you said, made a household name for herself. And she definitely fought to get where she was. And so to now just like, feel like the industry is turning your back on you because, you know, I didn't anticipate this. Like, I've already made the correction. My thing is, what more could she have done that would have made it right in the eyes of the people? I feel like, again, a lot of people were dogpiling on her, and I feel like a little bit more grace should be given to these Black-owned businesses, because why are we forgiving Balenciaga for the things that they did and child pornography that they had in their ads? Why are we forgiving Prada, who had racist, you know, they had like the big eyes, the big nose, mocking African Americans? Like, a lot of these brands get forgiven. When it comes to Fashion Nova, they don't even give you your money back. And like, yet people still shop there. So it's just like, I just feel like when it comes to these brands, I've said it before and I'll say it again, I feel like we should give them a little bit more grace, especially when it comes to Black women. The road to get there is not paved like it was for Dior, like it was for Chanel. It wasn't paved. She literally had to fight tooth and nail for that position. And to now feel like, okay, you know what, I made a mistake, you know, and now everybody's turning their back on me. It's kind of just like, damn, like, I'm sure that doesn't feel good. Like, everybody makes mistakes. And I feel like she did what she could to you know, fix it. And now it's like people still want more. Yeah.
And I was kind of going to say something similar where, like, you mentioned how she took accountability and said what she said, and some people are still angry. I was going to say 2 things can be true. Like, it is possible for you to fuck up and take accountability. It's also possible for people to see that and still be upset, right? It's very natural. Everyone's going to have their own experience. But I do think that we have, like, started this culture of people just finding community in being hateful, where it's just like, people are not making videos because they're actually outraged. They want to join the mob.
Yes.
That's really all it is. So it's kind of just like,
and all that.
Yeah, we've gotten to the point where y'all don't want accountability from her at all. Y'all want to stone her. Y'all want to end her business. Y'all want to see her business fall. And it's like in everything, even like with influence, I feel like it's not even cancellation culture anymore. Because I think cancellation culture was about like actually canceling. I think people are actually finding joy in being a part of a community where they can just be hateful and you can get a video and, you know, you're going to get 100,000 views because even the people who it has nothing to do with are going to be in the comments, and people who probably have never purchased from her are sitting here and just like, yeah, fuck her.
Right.
It's just like that whole idea of just like being upset at somebody. It's like there's nothing she can do. Whether or not she made that video or not, it was not going to make an impact. It was not going to change certain people's minds. And I don't know.
But also, I do wish that she didn't like stop like her business behind this. 'Cause I'm just like, dang, like this is stuff that comes with the business, you know? And I wish she would have like, you know, kind of pushed through a little bit more, you know? Because it's like, don't let the enemy win. Like,
And the crazy
you know what I
part
mean?
is,
Like, this is like, to me, a tough learning lesson, but it's a lesson that you're going to learn from.
I agree with Paulette. I agree with Paulette wholeheartedly. For me, like, if you had not told me that she had sent those 2 emails, to be quite honest with you, like her closing down her business, it made it seem like she did like terrible things.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It really did. Like from me, like, cause I didn't order from the sale. So I don't know what the, you know, the progression was. I do understand like being upset about things that take 2 months, but I have personally had ordered something and it's taken longer than expected. But now do I want the business closed down? No. But I was under the impression that she had just basically said like, fuck my customers, fuck everybody. I didn't communicate at all.
Yeah.
To be closing down, I don't know. Like, I feel like that was a little drastic. I'm not going to lie. And it almost makes me like, dang, like, where's the grit, girl?
But I didn't think she closed down. I thought what she was saying was that she's not taking any new orders until she catches up on past production.
No, she said that she said she fulfilled every order. Whenever she posted that video, she said that she has fulfilled every order that has been placed and that they are going to take the time to regroup and they'll come back when they're ready. That's and she said that multiple times.
Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, I feel like whether you're in the fashion, the music, the entertainment industry, at one point, unfortunately, like it will break you. It will get to you. Like it really will get to you to a point where you feel like there's no end. And I just want to like kind of like maybe uplift her and just let you know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And I do feel like HANIFA is a brand. Like I said, I love that brand. I will always champion for her. Very good brand. Like I will always champion for her, and I will always champion for Black women who are in spaces like that because it's not easy. So I just hope that this is a learning experience from her for her, and she just it's only up from here. So
yeah, and I will say, like, I really hope that she is able to push through because, crazy enough, like she is one of the first like African brands that
who really put on the map.
Not even just that, but inclusive for women of my size.
Yes.
Like I bought a dress from her from when we went to Spain.
Her first launch, and that was her first launch.
That was her first launch, and she was inclusive of like plus size women. So for me, that was already like that already spoke
volumes.
Volumes, exactly. That spoke so much. So, and since then, I have been patronizing her business. So I really hope that she does come back stronger. I really do. Like I don't want this to be a like the end. That's crazy.
No, this world we live in, y'all. But we're going to go ahead and move into the topic, and it kind of piggybacks off of what we're already talking about, community support and also friendships. So what is like, to just start things off, like what does support look like to y'all? Like when someone says like, I want this type of support, what does that look like for you? Michelle, Nikki, or Crystal?
Support?
I think it depends on what I'm asking for support in. You know, I think that the season that I'm in right now, sometimes support to me just means grace. Like it means like, hey, like I'm not going to always be able to be like 100% the way I was before. And like being able to be here and being able to like, even my communication. So just supporting me in the fact of like, hey, just giving you a little bit of grace. I understand that you're going through a lot. That's what support would look like to me right now.
Okay.
That's good. I mean, I guess
a nice one, low key.
I would say, and this sounds cliche, but just showing up. Just showing up sometimes.
So I guess like this whole like, there's this like conversation. I don't know, Chris, did you want to chime in before?
Go ahead.
Okay, so there's this whole conversation going on where people want a village but don't want to be a villager. So like they want support, right? But they don't know how to support people. Are y'all like, have y'all ever found yourself in a situation where you felt like you're doing more than what you're receiving in your own community or elsewhere?
Mm-hmm. I would say absolutely. I think that to have a village, it takes work. Like, it's not a thing where you just wake up and it's like, okay, people are behind me. People are here supporting me. This is my village. I think that to earn that village, you have to show support to others. So that might mean like, hey, inconveniencing yourself a little bit from time to time, where you're running to 2 to 3 different events in one day.
Right.
So I think that there definitely is a certain amount of work you have to put in to gain that village before you can just be like, hey, I have this village, Yeah. So.
Yeah. I think the word you use, inconvenience, like, that's the one that stood out to me the most, because like, I think that's really what it is about. Because I think a lot of times people, they want to support you when it's comfortable for them, when it's convenient for them. And it's not always going to be comfortable. It's not always going to be convenient. There's sometimes I've supported people in ways where they're looking at me like, bitch, how the hell did you get here? And why did you feel like it was necessary? And it's just like, because I support people in that way. And not that I expect it back, but they support me because they know that I'm that type of friend. You know what I mean? So I think that's what it means. Like, you build the type of village that you want. So do you want a village that's convenient for you? Or do you want to inconvenience yourself so people feel like,
Yeah, because I feel like right now, like, I don't want to say lately, in the past like few years, I feel like a lot of people are just so comfortable with just not showing up. Like, they're just like, oh, well, I feel this. It's always me. And it's so selfish mindset, because it's like, I understand, but it's like, step outside of yourself and like, some people need you. Like, you need to show up just because it's the right thing to do. But some people's mindset, they're like, I mean, end of the day, like, they know me, they know what's up, but it's like, it's okay from time to time to show up, because it's very important. God forbid something happens to you, you want people to be in your corner, And so it's just unfortunate. I feel like we're kind of drifting away from the concept of having a village. Everyone's like on their own island, everyone's an individual.
Yeah, I definitely, it's so crazy because I almost feel like bad or weird. Like, if I don't show up, like if someone personally tells me something and they're like, hey, Nikki, like, I just want to tell you this, even if it's like last minute, I will still try my best to make it, just because it's like, I feel like you're not telling me that for no reason, or like, it feels good whenever you're having an event or you're like doing something, you're being honored with something, and you look out and you see people that
right,
and that you recognize. Like, it gives you so much more confidence to even like walk in whatever you are going through. So I don't know, I think it's really important to show up for people. I think that speaks volumes more than what showing up to a birthday dinner with a card would.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Because like, you even think about our parents, like generations, like for example, when they first got here, like community is the reason why they're here still, why they're able to start businesses, why they're able to go to school and finish and all that. And to me, it's just like, I want that, because I enjoy seeing that, because it's like, dang, even years, you haven't seen someone in years and like something happened, they're there and they're like, no, because this person was always showing up. So, you feel like you owe them that, but I don't think people understand the importance of that anymore,
But I will say the big difference between like our parents' generation and us is like, they actually talk to each other. Like, everybody knows pretty much. Like, my mom can tell you who somebody is, who her husband is, and probably who their sister or their mom is. And it's like, nowadays, I don't even know who somebody's man is. Like, and it's like, show up to the bridal shower. Who's your man? When did you get a man? Like, what are you talking about? Or show up to like, and it's like, I feel like, and not to say that there's a right or a wrong here, but in comparing ourselves to the older generation, that is the stark difference. It's like, there were much more tight knit, because it's like, they were actually friends. Like, you can count on maybe 10 people that you can probably send your kids to if you couldn't pick them up, or if, maybe after school if you had to do something. So nowadays everybody's like, only me with the kid, So I don't know. It's just very different times.
Yeah,
I will say.
Almost as if it's like people are like so dependent that they can't be vulnerable anymore. They're like, whatever. Yeah, I can handle everything on my own.
But also, I think that's because like our parents, like they had associates. But think about it, like back then, if you knew somebody, you knew them. Like nowadays, like somebody because you follow them on Instagram. Like, you would have probably fell out with them because you don't have their number anymore. But it's like you're keeping up with them on Instagram, so of course they're gonna DM you like an invite to something when they actually y'all don't have a personal relationship. Whereas our parents probably grew up running into people at parties, like having those conversations, catching up, and like actually doing the work to maintain the friendships, So I think that's the stark difference as well. Social media just made people way too accessible, where it's like, I mean, do other people actually need your support? Are y'all actually friends? Maybe y'all aren't.
That's true. That's true.
Because you might went to a bridal shower, I don't know your man, maybe I'm not coming.
Yeah, sometimes it does.
Low-key.
No, I do agree. Like, sometimes you just start to feel like, okay, maybe I'm just a body to fill up the room.
Yeah.
Because we have like, you sent me this invite and the message before that was a year ago. You know, like,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, so people, it's like a lot of people want this blind support, but it's like I had a conversation with a friend. She was having a wedding and inviting all these people, and I'm like, but when's the last time you talked? I was like, that person didn't even know you were in a relationship, girl. So it's like inviting all these people or expecting all these people to show up for you when you kind of haven't really kept in contact with them. They don't know what's going on. Not even a hi bye. It's kind of just like, I don't know, expecting all this blind support in the name of a village is kind of like, how? Like, you don't even talk to me. So it's like, what kind of village is this?
Or like, you don't even try to like be like, hey, how are you? Long time. Or like, you know, things like that. I feel like a lot of people are just losing elements.
And then also, I don't know about y'all's parents, but my parents also kind of taught me to like, not to go in packs, if that makes any sense. So it's like, you want to have people around you. You want to have friends, but you don't want to have such large groups. Like, you don't want everyone to have access to you because then next thing you know, like, people can be preying on your downfall. It's just so many different things. So I do think that sometimes, like, I do limit myself to who I have around me and who is in my community because, like Michelle said, just because I follow you on Instagram now doesn't mean that you're in my community. Like, you're like, you know, like we are just like that.
For sure.
So like, does the community have to look like us, or can it just be anybody? You know what I mean?
What do you mean look like us? Like, you mean like black?
Yeah.
Like,
black
or
women?
like similar interests as you. Like, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be similar down to color. Like, you know, you like to play sports. Does it have to only be sports related people, or could it be people from different avenues of life? Or
it could be anybody.
You know, because I know some people's community, like, they like it to just be this, and this is my community. While others are just like, you know, no, like, community is like wide.
Yeah, but I think you could belong to many communities.
Yeah.
So there's people who maybe they don't belong to certain communities. Maybe just like, you know, I'm going to make a community and that's all I do. I don't really do much outside of this. So I don't have the opportunity to meet people outside of my community. And there's some people who like, not saying they busybodies, but they low key like mixy.
Yeah.
So
y'all think y'all mixy?
I think that
like in different communities.
You know what's crazy? I actually don't think you're that mixy. No.
Really?
I think I'm very mixy.
When you say mixy, like you have different friend groups, or like
I would think so. Yeah.
No, I don't have different friend groups.
Yeah. No, I think that's what
she
then I thought like I get along with everybody. I'm mixy.
No, mixy is like somebody who's like you and everybody mix.
Oh no,
like,
no.
I think
unmix me.
I think that the community has to add some type of value to me, and so that's the reason why I do think that sometimes your community, for me personally, they have to kind of look a certain way. Like, I can't just be in this community and it's like, or this group, and y'all are talking about X, Y, and Z, and I'm on A, B, and C. You know, like, it just doesn't make sense. But I do agree with Michelle. Like, you can be in different communities. So for me, like, I'm in African community. I'm in a community whenever it comes to healthcare providers. I'm in X, Y, but it still makes sense to me. You know, so it just depends.
No, I feel that. Because I'm glad you landed there, because I was like, wait, what do you mean benefits? But then that makes sense.
Yeah, because
I thought it meant like
judgy.
Yeah,
no, I mean like benefits be like
XYZ.
No, but like it has to make sense. Like, look, communities can be downfalls, and if you start following the wrong crowd, next thing you know, you end up in some bullshit. And that's me being honest. So it's like, I do think you have to have some discernment about the people that you have around you. Okay. So for me, it has to actually make sense to me, and it has to benefit me. Like, if every time I come and talk to you and you're talking about, I don't know how to get some money from this guy, okay, after a while, if I'm not on that time,
it makes sense.
What we in the same community for?
Yeah, but that's not so much a community. That's just like a toxic friendship.
Yeah, but you can have multiples of those, and the next thing you know, you got a whole village.
But is it a toxic friendship?
Not a community. That's just
I just feel like there's a lot of times where like people are in different phases of their life. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure at one point everybody has had that like fluid friend who it's like she doesn't mind going out and, I don't want to say sleeping around, but like dating. She doesn't mind openly dating, and you know, you may not be on that, but
I'm saying, but that's if I have multiples of those. Like, there's nothing wrong with having that one person.
No, but you're gonna have multiple people like that in a community, because
seasons,
I won't.
But no, I'm not. I'm just saying. Let's just be like. We're just talking. I'm just saying in general. Like, if we think about a community of like our community, that like the African community, right? The Nigerian community, there are people that are in different phases of life coexisting.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, what I'm saying is that sometimes y'all are never going to be in the same phase. So to me, it's like, so they can't be part of your community just because you're off that out of that phase.
I think whenever
I think that's what we're talking.
Well, I think it depends on what you're talking about with a community. Like,
yeah, that's this community word.
Yeah, I think like we're using two different. I think we're using
the definition.
I think we're using it in two different ways. So, like, you're talking about a Nigerian community that is very broad. Whenever I'm thinking of community, I'm thinking of someone that I can call on.
Well, you're thinking of, okay, we're using the word community, and you're thinking of like personal friendships. So, like, it'd be a community would be like maybe a group of friends. Maybe y'all go out as a group, and that's your community. Like, this is my this community.
That's what I'm saying. I think about like, but that has to be someone I can be able to call like in need.
Okay, so you're still thinking of it on an individual basis.
Yeah, like I would think like this is something like small knit. Like that's what I say. I can't say that everyone is in my community. I can say that I'm a part of like a group. Like whenever it comes to like, okay, we're Nigerian
community. Yeah.
I mean, okay, I don't know.
Yeah, like, I was like, oh,
maybe not. We're using two different definitions.
Yeah, that's why I was like, yeah, I think that's why
we're just looking at the definitions just two different ways.
Yeah.
But that's all I was saying. Like, so, I mean, you kind of made it clear. Like, you basically can't associate
get on my level.
With,
in what?
So basically, with a friend, if one of your friends are like just on a different wavelength,
no,
they gotta go.
No, that's not what I said.
So explain that, because that's what it sounds like you're saying.
You doing a little bit too much hoe, bitch. You gotta go. Tighten up.
That's not what I said, though.
What are you saying?
I said that if that's what it is every time, like a community has to have some type of common interest, correct? Like there has to be something that y'all have in common. So if every time
I'm supportive.
See, that's the thing. We have two different definitions. That's what I'm saying.
Stop using the word community.
Yeah, like we have two different. Like, so for me, whenever it comes to like a group, a village, whatever the case might be, there has to be some type of common interest. Like, and I'm not saying that you can't be like Crystal said, like you're in a dating phase. There's nothing wrong with that. We have all been through those dating phases, but it can't be a thing where that's our own like. If that was the only thing that held us together, that wouldn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? Like we have other common interests. So, but I'm saying like now, like if that's the only thing that we had that was tying us together and now I'm not on that, then yeah, there would be like some fallouts naturally. But if you have multiple common interests, which you would as a village, I would think.
So how would you go about this? Okay, so say you are in that situation where you have a friend where you kind of feel like y'all are moving in separate directions, right? That friend is still, they're under the assumption that y'all are still close because they're stuck in a stage of life, they don't realize that you're passing them up and your mindset is changing. How do you go about communicating to them that like maybe the friendship is in a different space, or how do you go about distancing yourself from them?
I don't think I would distance myself per se. I think that that's definitely a conversation. I think that this is something that builds up over time. This is not just hey, like 1 month, all of a sudden, we're no longer friends. Like we don't see each other eye to eye or whatever the case may be. I think that this comes with time and friendships grow apart. Like I think that there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just a conversation. Like, cause at the end of the day, you don't want to be wasting each other's time. And that's how I feel. Like if I can't add any value to your life or you can't add any like value to whatever stage I'm in currently, then maybe it is best that we just go our separate ways. Cause I also don't want it to become a thing where it becomes beef.
Well, and I was gonna chime in where like when like the whole building up, that's how it becomes beef. I do feel like in friendships, like constant communication on stuff, like open door. Like I like the open door policy. Like there's been times that you talk to me about stuff, and it's like to me, I'm not taking offense because it's like we're friends. Like you should be able to be honest and real with me, and I should be able to receive that. If I'm not receiving it, well then I need to probably check myself in this friendship because why am I taking offense to my friend that I look as a sister coming to me and you're an enemy, you're not. You're my friend. Like you're looking out for me. So I feel like when friends groups or friendships are not like constantly communicating about maybe things that made them feel away or something happened and you didn't just get clarification on it, you now drew your own conclusion. Now you see them as this. That's how beefs and split ups happen. And I think like as we're getting older, we are getting kind of comfortable in that space. And I feel like in the next few years, I just want the society to outgrow that because I just feel like
and like cut-offs?
No, not like just grow out, like cutting people off. Like I feel like it's okay to disagree. You can agree to disagree. It's okay. Like, that does not make you a bad person. That doesn't make me a bad person. It's just, we're not agreeing here, but that doesn't mean now I gotta be beef. Like, we just don't agree on that. But I respect you though. And I love for you because you're my friend. I'm not about to sit here and look at you crazy. But if it's like something that is morally not correct, that's different. But like these small disagreements, I just don't, I don't be understanding like and friendship endings. I don't understand that when you get older. Just because it's like life is so quick before you know it. Yeah, definitely. By yourself, you know? So.
Honestly, I also feel that like, because I know you said you would have a conversation and maybe you met that like haphazardly, but like not everything, I don't know. I said this before, like, I just keep quoting myself. But I said this before, I feel like not everything needs to be a conversation. Not everything has to be a thing. Like, sometimes we're just in different seasons and that just is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not like we don't need to have a sit down and talk about it. I mean, and if you feel a way, sure, absolutely come and tell me how you feel. But like, I just don't feel like everything has to be a thing. Like, we're just in different seasons. Like,
but I think it depends on the extent of that friendship. So like whenever Paulette's talking about like, okay, you know, we have these conversations whenever something's wrong, you have to think about that. That's years and years. Like even amongst this group, this is years and years of friendship. So absolutely, I do think that sometimes, depending on the extent of that relationship, you have to have that conversation. But I also, like I said, it just depends. I don't think there's anything wrong with moving on from a friendship either. Even if it's not that deep.
Yeah.
Sometimes sometimes it's deep enough for you.
Yeah.
And I don't think that these things just happen, like I said, randomly. I think that these are things that build up over time.
Right.
And after a while, like, people have changed. People have decided to put up with different things. People have decided to have different boundaries. So if you just feel like your boundaries are constantly being disrespected, or like Crystal said, we're just at two different points in our life where it's just like, I don't feel like I'm even adding value to your life. It's okay to move around.
Okay, and I'm going to say this, and this is not to be argumentative, but maybe it is, right? I do feel like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of on Paulette's side of this, even though I 100% see where y'all are coming from. I know where y'all are coming from, and I resonate with it as well. But I also, me personally, I will say that I am somebody who, I do have friends who are in different spaces of their lives. And I welcome that. And I think it keeps me grounded. I think it gives me different perspectives. Like, I don't see me and somebody being in two different spaces. I don't think that affects our friendship, because I don't think our friendship is built on where you're at in life, where I'm at.
You don't think it affects your friend, but what if they allow it to affect your friendship?
See, that's different though. See, that's why I feel like that's a separate conversation, right? Like, for instance, if something is happening, and maybe because you're your stage, because you're doing something that I don't agree with, it's impacting our friendship. And maybe it's like you're disrespecting my boundaries, and maybe like you're doing things and constantly disrespecting me, and going against things we've already had conversations about. That's completely different. That has nothing to do with who you are as a person, where you are at as a person, but who I am and the boundaries I've set for myself. But I think that's very different from saying, like, for instance, like, I'm single right now. Say that I have a friend who goes out and gets married and has a kid and feels like, you know, I'm a completely different space in life, right? I'm married, I have a child, and you are single. If she now leverages that to say, we're at two different spaces in my life, I don't feel like this friendship is serving me. As you as a single woman, you have nothing to offer me. I feel like I would be offended. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm not saying that though, because I'm letting you finish. But
I think that would offend me. And the reason I think that would offend me, because of course, in that example, she clearly feels like she's superior to me in our relationship. So I feel like for me to find an example where I may feel superior to somebody else and leverage them against that, maybe, okay, you know what? You're not moving in this journey in life as quick as I am. Maybe I've achieved goals quicker than you have, and kind of using that and weaponizing that to be like, this is why we need to end the friendship. I do feel like that is a bit, I think anybody would be disappointed if they were on the other end of that. Absolutely. So that's why I said, you know, I resonate with y'all are saying. I know how y'all mean it.
That wasn't what I was saying.
Yeah, that's not what we were saying.
I said it's not what y'all said. That's why initially, even before I started, I said I resonate with what y'all mean when y'all say it. But I have to clarify that when we do say, when we are two different stages of life, then that's actually what we're speaking towards.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
I think it's just like, I agree with you, but we can't act like that doesn't happen.
I mean, it does happen, but that's what I'm saying. But and
it happens a little
when we're
bit
on the
more
receiving end, it doesn't feel good.
It doesn't feel good.
So it's not right usually to then turn around and be like, well, you know, I do it too. Okay, well, if you do it too, then don't get mad when somebody do it too.
No, I'm not saying that, but I think that more so I have been at the receiving end of that more than at the giving end. I don't think there's been anyone in my life who's just been like, okay,
we're in two different phases, cut off.
Yeah, it hasn't been like that. It's been more so like I said, like almost like y'all are just moving in two different directions. Like it's actually crazy. So I have a friend who told me that that's actually the reason why she kind of cut me off, was that she felt like she was moving in a different direction than I was. And she just didn't feel like we had any more common interests. But later on in life, years passed, we talked about it, and now we're back to being friends. And I don't hold that against her because I understand, like, hey, like you just didn't feel like we had common interests at that time. I don't like.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
I don't think so. Like I think
let you land.
I don't know. I think that's okay. Like
wow.
Okay, yeah.
Because we were young. Like I think that people just
Even
make
worse.
I think people make mistakes whenever people are young about like friendships and things like that. So
I made you stand on there. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. Okay, and here's why
you have to stand on with your whole chest.
Yeah,
with it,
and I
will
let
never
me
be cool.
just be very clear about what I'm saying, because with the example you gave, Nikki, I'm not saying like. I'm saying like friendships that kind of naturally drift apart. Now, if they intentionally cut you off,
that's kind of crazy.
But I think it was a cutoff after like we were drifting apart. It was like, hey, like we're still trying to stay in communication.
Okay.
We're still trying to stay in communication, but almost it starts to feel like it's forced after a while. It's like, like now I feel like it's just a forced friendship.
So y'all grew apart and y'all just stopped keeping in contact.
Yes.
Okay.
And then like whenever we rekindled years later, that's what the reason was. It wasn't like, okay, I just cut you off randomly, I'm still hitting you up. No, it was like we both knew where that relationship was going. Mm-hmm. And later on in life, we were able to talk about it and say like, hey, I was going in this phase of life. You were going in this phase of life. We didn't feel like we really had much in common at that point.
Mm-hmm. So I guess my experience with that, I've been cut off from a friend before. And like she's saying, on the receiving end, it didn't feel good. And me personally, I don't believe in like cutting life, like friends. I don't have sisters. So I look at my girlfriends as like on a different scale, like that are close to me. So to me, I'm cutting a family member. That's how I take it, right? And like, to me, I just felt like I can't respect that person, because if we're really good friends, you should be able to come to me and let me know what's your issue and why you have the issue. And let's talk about it. But like cutting your friends off and just like saying, fuck it. I just think that's a coward move. Like, and you cannot come back to me years later and talk to me about it. Like, what are we talking about? Like, just stay in the mindset you were there then now. Like, because we obviously can't be friends, because that's not okay. Like, I don't even want anyone with that kind of mindset around me. Like,
but do you feel like if this situation was real, do you feel like you'd be holding a grudge? Like, is that you holding a grudge?
That's like me. I don't fool with you. That's not a grudge.
But that's the thing. I think it is kind of like a grudge.
It's not. I don't fool with you.
I mean, the energy you're even speaking about it.
I don't fool with you. It's not a grudge.
I heard you. No, but
I know, but you're trying to tell me my feelings, and I'm telling you, I don't have a grudge.
I'm not trying to tell you because grudge is not necessarily a feeling. It's more of a fact. So
and I know, and I hear you. I'm saying it's not.
So what I would say for me, like, since I brought that example up, I think it was just about like the space that I was in. So like me as an older adult, like it's just like, okay, like, hey, like I understand. Like it's just not, it wasn't worth enough. It wasn't worth it enough to me to like continue to like be like beefing with you.
Yeah.
Like it just wasn't enough. Now I'm not saying I'm not saying that now we're back. Now we're back to being like thick and fat. Like no, I'm not saying that. But like, yeah, we actually do like we can reach out to each other. We can invite each other to each other's events. We can, send each other Instagram, different memes, whatever the case may be. Like, and I'm okay with that. Like, I think that there is a certain level of growth and like forgiveness you just have to have after a while. But I do think sometimes it hurts to cut people off, like especially when it's long time friendships. But sometimes not everyone's meant to go through life with you. Not all the way to the end. And that's okay.
Agree.
But with me, okay, this is going to sound problematic, and I don't mean it to sound problematic, but I just feel like when I'm talking, like, for example, women, I feel like we give men so many chances, but your girlfriend's none. Like, that's weird. I think that's like ass backwards. I feel like you should give your girlfriends more chance than the man, because in the day, like, they're going to be there for you. But why is it that we give passes to our male counterparts, but then when women, it's like, this is where I draw the line. but he can step over.
Are we
it.
talking about our husbands?
I'm not.
I hope
I'm just saying.
but I'm saying I hope you didn't give your husband that many chances.
But I'm just saying in general. But if people want to do that, they can. That's their prerogative.
No, I'm saying you can.
So,
but
that
I think that if we're like putting those two on the same scale, then okay, then let me uphold you to the standards I uphold my husband.
Yeah,
because that's a whole different standard.
What I'm saying is that
a lot of friends can't match up to.
What I'm saying is that we're so quick to throw away our friends, but not like it's just.
I don't think anyone's
it's black
quick,
and white.
though.
What I said.
That's the thing. I don't think it's a quickness thing. I don't.
So let me ask the question a different way. Why, for people who are, why do you think that is?
Who are what?
That quick?
Who are more harsh on their friends than they are on their significant
I'm not
others.
like that. So
that's what I say. You can't be that good of friends then. Like that's why I say I think it just depends on what level of friendship you're talking about at that point. Like like I said, if I'm talking about someone in this room, I don't like I wouldn't hold y'all to those type of standards. Like I don't think that I'm harder on y'all than I would be on any counterpart. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, lucky because I'm lucky strict on these niggas. So.
That's what I'm saying.
Low
Like,
key, and I'm like,
I'm not. But the thing, I'm
the cutoffs be real with them.
because I'm not talking about this table. I'm just saying in general, like just like from what we see in society and stuff like that. It's just like you see some girls lose their whole friend group, but then
no, I mean
we can only speak to like.
But I'm just saying in the world. But I'm just talking about in the world. Like I'm just asking, why is that a thing? Like that's a conversation.
I think that some shifty ass shit has had to go on.
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you.
Let's be honest. I think some women, they're just a little male centered. I do think that some women they have the tendency to give men more allowance and more passes just so they can have a warm space next to them, just so they can be comforted on lonely nights. Like that's really what it is. Some people, they crave male attention, and unfortunately, they'll give that man 1,000 chances, but let their friends skip a birthday dinner and they beefing. Like,
I think it just depends on what you value, and like Michelle said, it just comes back to what you value. So if you have more value if you see more value in yourself when you're in a relationship than when you're in a friendship, then naturally you are going to cut off your friends quicker than you're going to cut off any man.
That's true.
And that comes back to how you value yourself. And so for me, a female community around me, it adds a lot of value to me. So for me, any woman that is around me, it has to make sense. And I'm not going to just cut anyone off because I value anyone that's around me because you add value to me.
Right.
Like, like that's so, I think it just like, I agree with Michelle. It just depends on what you know.
I feel that.
You put on a pedestal.
To shift gears a little bit. So the girls around town and boys around town saying Dallas is not friendly and it's hard to make friends here. Have y'all made it easy or hard for anyone that's moved here? Or what do y'all feel about that? Do you think that's true? Like, what do you think? Are they got the wrong idea? What's up?
I kind of feel like that's very untrue. I think a lot of people just, again, it's that wanting to belong to a mob. I think somebody made one think piece 3 years ago, and people have been recycling that same think piece for the last few years. Because I think if anyone knows Dallas, it is a transplant city. I think the transplants thrive more in Dallas than some of the natives do. Like, I think Dallas is always looking for the next scene, the next big thing, and a lot of times they'll welcome it from a new face. And there are so many networking events, there are so many like mixers, there's so many social events happening in Dallas that if you just go out of your way to try and find a community, you will find one. But you cannot be lazy. You have to
put an effort. Because every time I hear that, I'm so confused. When I think about myself, I talk to everybody. So I'm like, who are you coming across that's making you feel like,
but,
I think that's what I was going to say. Let me just say a but, because I do feel like all of us individually are friendly. Like anybody, but as together, it could be intimidating. Like we all look like we're very close knit. And when we get deep in conversation, an outsider can barely even come and talk to us. You know what I'm saying? Not even on purpose, but it is. And I've had a lot of people even say like, your friends are cliquey.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of people tell me that. So it's like, I can feel how somebody like, Dallas is a place of natives as well. So it's like a lot of people know each other. They grew up with each other. The Nigerian community is so big, but so small. We know damn near every Nigerian in the city. So it's like, like when people go places, let's say if it is like somewhere where it's like more Nigerians, like there is going to be cliques. There are going to be people who know each other. There are going to be people who are very much gang and they don't want to let people in. So I can definitely see that from that perspective. And I think it's very intimidating to go into spaces where people know each other for years. And then you coming in and it's just like, oh, hi guys. Like,
because I do want to ask, like, in the last 2 years, have y'all made like a very close new friend? Like that's just like your bestie?
In my 30s.
But that's what I'm saying. So look, then that speaks to the
kidding.
point. Like, so do you have a friend? Have you made a new friend that's not like a cousin or like any type of family member or someone association of
Child, the coworkers.
That's what I
Be the friend.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, I would say yeah.
Okay, so to
Yeah.
you, but I can like you can't say yes. You
No,
can't really say yes. I can't really say yes. So we're now saying 25% of this room can speak to that. So I can kind of agree.
Like when you say, I'm not acquainted, like people, like friends.
But I said, like,
friendships you're building.
friends. So when I speak to this, so when I speak to the question that you brought up, I can kind of agree with that. I do think that sometimes a lot of the friendships that are made in Dallas can be very superficial. So now if we're talking about someone who can pour into you, friendships of meaning, friendships that matter, I do think that it is kind of hard.
But I will say, and I may be shaking the table with this, but I will say lately, I feel like a lot of people are treating friendships like they treat their relationships, where they're hyper focused on making a specific type of friend.
Yeah.
Like there are communities you can join, but if you want, it's like the problem is you want to join this friend group.
Yeah.
Like this person wants to be your friend right here, but you want to be a part of this friend group. You want to join that friend group. And maybe like that is not the friend group for you. Maybe the reason why you feel like an outsider, maybe the reason why you feel like you're not clicking with them is because y'all don't click. Maybe you have to navigate and maybe find another transplant and create your own community that way. Because a lot of transplants, they do like click up. But I do think in Dallas, it is a thing where people just like, they see one friend group and they want to be a part of it.
And like they don't just want like
I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that though, because y'all cool, y'all lit. So like, I want to be lit too.
True, but like
Exactly,
if you're looking for organic friendships, to me, like that's a terrible way to go about it.
And you're also doing what you're claiming this group is doing. There may be a friendship. There may be someone trying to become friends with you, but you're not pouring into that friend group because you want to be.
But if you
this
don't,
friend group.
but it's not even that you're not pouring into it. What if you just don't feel it? Like,
but you feel the ones that you say.
Yeah, because I see myself. They lit bitches. I'm a lit bitch too. So I want to be a part of that group.
And you don't think that's surface level?
That's very superficial.
It's not, because you
you
don't know
what do
how,
y'all have in common. Just getting lit.
you don't know how deep my
not
litness
making
goes.
it. That's like y'all are lit bitches. That's why I want to fool with you.
I'm crying. You know, I mean,
That is actually crazy.
You know, but that's
why they want to hang out.
what I'm saying. That just opens the door. Like that just opens.
But then sometimes it's like
that just.
you want to be friends with somebody who matches your energy.
Yes, because
or somebody you go out, you know you're gonna have a good time.
Exactly.
Because I have a good time when I go out. So
Exactly. So why would I not want to be around people who have a good time?
Yeah.
So you want to, whenever you're making friendships, you want to make a friendship where you don't feel judged. So I am going to want to be around a group of people that match my energy, that match the things I want to do, that match the things that I like to do for fun. Yeah, you're right. There might be someone else on the side who's a really nice person who does want to be my friend, but you know what? Like, I feel a little judged by you. I can't tell you about how I met this man on Tinder and I slept with him on day 2.
I don't even know if I hear you, but I don't even know if it's about
Can't
like
tell you that they get cut off.
I feel like
girl, bye.
I feel like with
You.
I'm just kidding.
I feel like in like not just in general when it comes to friends, like kind of what she said, people are searching for like an aesthetic. And like if you don't fit that, then they feel like, oh, you're not. But it's like, what's an aesthetic? Like, what is that? Like, what is an aesthetic pleasing friend? I don't even know what that is. And I've heard people say that, and it's kind of concerning because it's like, you need to go outside and touch grass. Like, you need to foster real relationships. It's not by what someone looks like, it's what's in here. That's important. Why are you so concerned about their physical and not what's in here?
And I agree, but
you know what I mean?
I agree. Absolutely.
And I think that's
someone's
what's
heart
challenging for people making friends.
The person's heart matters. But at the same time, you're actually right. Like, I'm not saying aesthetic because I don't like but I don't want to say how you look has to make sense. But at the same time, it can't be a thing where I have a friend and I'm telling you, like, hey, I have this networking event for my company. I want you to come.
And she shows up in
sweats. Or she shows up in a Jordan outfit. You know, like, it just doesn't make any, like,
but that's superficial too.
That's not.
Like, it is.
No, that's also very unrealistic.
No, it's not unrealistic.
It's actually
Because
not
there's people who
unrealistic.
come into certain spaces, it's like, why do you actually have that on?
Yeah,
Like,
or you should just
and now I
tell
have
them like
just
dress code, like, hey, it's semi-formal,
and they're
and they will still
why do
show
y'all
up.
think that the dress code wasn't relayed?
But honestly, too, I'll be honest with you. I don't even like how that sounds because I've been near people like they don't. It's like that's rude too. Everyone has their own style. Everyone has how they look.
Wait.
I don't think
how does that?
I don't think it's about being rude though.
Yeah,
I think that it's about being presentable. That's really what it comes down.
What if you're? But okay, I think my point's being missed here because your version of presentable can be different from someone else's,
and I completely agree.
So to me, you're saying that like,
and so sometimes
that don't make sense. Like y'all can't be cool.
You know what? We can be cool, but maybe now I know I can't invite you to those networking events, and that also now puts a void in our friendship. If I'm the type,
why? When you could just have a conversation, like
I'm not saying you don't have those conversations.
You put a void.
Yes, I think y'all are being a little bit unrealistic.
Y'all saying y'all. Have I even opened my mouth?
Yeah, I see your face.
No, I'm just wondering, like you're saying no,
because now it's like you're almost painting me out to be like you're a mean girl. Like
y'all said that. You said that. I did not say that.
You said it was rude. I didn't say it was rude.
I didn't call you a mean girl. You are using those words.
Okay, well, you're painting it out to be like it's this rude thing, and it's not. I think that sometimes you can have these conversations with people as friends, and people are just like, you take me as who I am. This is who I am.
Yeah.
And so now, are you telling me that it's rude if I now say like, hey, I can't invite you to these events because I've had this conversation with you and you're telling me this is who I am, this is how I dress?
But you know what I think it is? I definitely think it's a thing where y'all just disagree on that.
Yeah. And I'm not saying there's something wrong with that. But now, like I said, like, so now does it look rude? Like, hey, we have a group of 6 people and now I invite 4 people out of the group to this networking event and I don't invite you. Now I look like I am this mean girl.
I feel like it would be mean if you be like, oh, I didn't invite her because I don't like how she dressed. I think that is mean, but I think that's okay.
It's not I don't think she said they didn't come dressed appropriately. I can love how you dress and you didn't come dressed appropriately. She's saying say we're a group of 5 and the next event, heard her.
She didn't invite her.
Yeah, because dressed of how you weren't dressed appropriately. You weren't presentable.
Like,
so you don't think it's not? You don't think that's rude? Like you don't think it's rude, and it's okay.
I don't think it's rude. I don't think it's rude. That's real. I think if I invite you to my
had some friends who underdress, but I don't think I've just been like, hey, that's just her.
If I invite you to my parents' house and you show up in fishnet,
like that's talking about the same thing.
That's exactly the same. That is rude.
But I think you have a conversation and be like, you're dressed inappropriately.
Exactly. It's presentation, and you can have that conversation, and they can say, "This is how I dress." You either take me as this or not.
That's not realistic. And okay,
you guys are shifting the.
Have y'all? That's what I'm saying. Have y'all not had friends that have sometimes shown up in front of your parents like in booty shorts, and you're like,
no.
Well, I've seen it.
No,
I have definitely seen that, and I'll be like, we're in front of parents. Come on, like you don't show. And some people just like because of how they were raised, or like they just didn't see any type of issue with it. They're looking at you like, why do you have an issue with it? Like it's me, it's my body, X, Y, and Z. So yes, I think that sometimes like you can have these conversations with people, and people just don't care.
Yeah, but again, I feel like we're getting into very murky waters because what you're talking about is somebody you feel like they're disrespecting your parents or you're disrespecting that, and that's a separate conversation where you can say, hey, I invited you somewhere that had a strict dress code, you didn't abide by it, I feel like that was disrespectful, this and that the call be solved by communication. That's very different than someone saying, I don't want to hang out with her because she does not match my aesthetic.
Oh, but I didn't say that.
But that. What do you mean that's not what you're saying? That was Paulette's original point that you responded to.
I know, but I said I don't want to say aesthetic.
But that's what Paulette was saying.
But that's what I said.
And then she said her experience. That's why I said the goalpost is getting shifted.
No, I think to circle back around to the original question, I do agree. Like I don't think it's proper to be making friendships based on an aesthetic, but I do think it's okay because if you respect yourself, I think that you would have people around you that respect you
themselves as well.
And themselves.
Yeah.
So if you don't agree with the way that someone presents themselves, then maybe they're not meant to be your friends. And I think that that's okay. And I'm not saying that has to be a physical aspect. It doesn't have to be, okay, you dress like this, you look like this, you're a whatever, you're light skin, you're dark skin, because we know that happens. But I think that even just down to, like I said, presentation, sometimes I have definitely distanced myself from people because they embarrass me. And it's like every time we go out, you're embarrassing me. It's like, okay. After a while, I can't vouch for you every time. It's like,
yeah.
At the very beginning of this conversation, Michelle, you said something about like support looks like to you, or sometimes some people have to be inconvenienced. Like, I guess that's where it differs for some people because I don't expect anybody to be inconvenienced. You know what I mean? Like, if you can make it, you can. If you can't, you can't. And you know what I mean? And like, I get that perspective of like, sometimes some people can and sometimes they can't. And that just is what it is. Like, so you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, following.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I'm not gonna lie. Y'all know me. I mix everybody up.
That's why I think everyone's kind of everyone for me.
Yeah.
It just depends on the moment.
Yeah. I just.
Yeah.
And sometimes it kind of gets a little I kind of wish I didn't, but sometimes it's just easier for me because I don't want to hear nobody's mouth. Oh, why didn't you invite me to this? How can I know about this? It's like, here, pick.
But then I feel like
But you're also in your hosting era, you know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah.
it makes, I feel like when I was in that phase, like, sure, everybody come, you know what I mean? Like, it's
okay,
not
I
a big
see
deal,
what
but
you
it's
mean.
like, now it's like, now that I don't do so many things that are so inclusive, it's like, okay, yeah, there are different groups of people that I'll reach out to in that moment. But like, you're very much in like hosting, doing things together era. And like, so it makes sense for you to be very inclusive with your events and stuff.
I think I do agree that I think that can get dicey though. Because you put like different people in a room and not
And then the next somebody gonna call you talking about your friend was being weird.
Yes.
It's like, oh,
she's a
God.
weird bitch. She's this and I'm like, bro, and like, how am I gonna now feel comfortable having this conversation with you about my other friend that looks weird?
And I won't. I'm not.
No, the thing is, I never am.
I'm not going to tell them that.
You're
Like,
going to deal with it.
yeah, or not. Like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
No facts. Oh my gosh, yeah, low key.
Well, I guess we can wrap this up. Just know I'm not gonna cut you off just because we're not in the same lane as people have been insinuating at this table, but it's okay.
Okay. And we're out, and I'm not going to cut you off if you don't inconvenience yourself to show up for me.
And it's your girl Amakalette signing off. I'm not gonna cut you off, period. That's just not who I am. Holla.
Damn. It's your girl Chef K. Chris, and I will cut you. I'm just kidding. Bye, y'all. Have a good one.
Bye.
Give me a P. Give me a E. Give me a T. T. Y. I'm petty all the time.